My future mother-in-law doesn't want her son to marry me because I am defective. Now, she has to face the consequences. I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact term for my condition. Basically, I have the correct parts. None of them happen to work. My uterus cannot generate lining, so I can never get pregnant. The bright side is that I have never had a period in my life. My boyfriend's mother found this out. I don't know how. She may have heard a family member talking about it. My family knows about it, and several of his family members that I have told. When she found out and confronted me about it, she then forbade her son from marrying me because I couldn't provide him with children. Needless to say, we, my boyfriend and I, have discussed it, and though a bit disappointed, are fine with it. Me, unable to conceive. She is now telling all her family members not to attend our future wedding because she doesn't want her son marrying someone defective who can't give him what she thinks he wants, needs. And then made some comment about why do I even have breasts? It's not like I'm going to use them for anything. My future father-in-law who said that he's appalled by his wife's actions and he loves me like the daughter he never had and he thinks his son is fortunate to have found me. I don't know what happened or what was said, but my boyfriend came home and we got into a big fight. Despite what we had discussed before, he now said that he wanted kids, and if I couldn't provide them, the wedding was off. I basically said, that sounds like your mother, not you. He replied with, I can speak for myself, and it escalated into a bunch of shouting at each other, and I quickly put together a bag and went to my parents for the evening. I gave 2-month notice at work on Monday to give them time to find a replacement and for me to train them, then moving back to Germany. My dad came with me to the house to help me pack up my things. He's already agreed to act as my representative when the house is sold to make sure I get my fair share. While there, he stands in the corner and just glares at my ex the whole time. Then my ex has this brilliant idea to ask for one last time, right in front of my father. I guess I kinda snapped. I grabbed my sweater, you can guess what part of me was right under it that I grabbed, and said, you are never going to see these, much less touch them or play with them again or anything else. He turned red and walked out the door, and my dad went from staring with a, you hurt my daughter, you're lucky to be alive look, to just bursting out in laughter once the door closed behind my ex. He then said, I can't believe you just did that, to which I replied, neither can I. 1 week later, while at lunch today, a dozen roses came with a note that simply said, I'm sorry. No more, no less. But I recognized the handwriting. I asked my coworker if she would like them to give to her little daughter at home, and when she said no, I know why you got them and I don't feel right taking them, so in the trash they went with a note. Apparently Jack, my ex, has been having a hard time with this. A friend told me he drove out to the Cedar Rapids airport, not knowing we had driven up to Chicago, and I flew direct from there. When I didn't show up there, he went home and figured he got the time date wrong. He sent a few letters to my house. I had my mother open and read one to me on the phone, but shortly stopped her. Even though my mother and I have been open about my sex life, there were things in that letter I didn't feel like hearing or having her hear. The letter stopped when he lost his job for non-quarantine related reasons and later wound up in jail. Nobody has been able to tell me exactly what happened, but best guess from what I've been told, one night he got into a shouting match with his mother, which turned physical, and his dad had to peel him off her until the cops showed up and arrested him. So I guess things got pretty bad so that one of the neighbors called the cops. I never would have expected this from him with anybody, much less his mom. If only he could have fought this hard for me way back when, things might be different.